Congresswoman Hilda Solis is hosting a global warming themed event in her California district on August 16th with traditional environmentalists and human rights groups like the Ella Baker Center. It's an important collaborative new approach to environmentalism, and I asked her about it.
It's time that we start opening up the discussion and inviting people of color, people from my community to start with, but also in California because we have some great leaders, legislative leaders.
The 32nd district is 65% Latino and 22% Asian. Congresswoman Solis is known for bridging the racial divide on environmental issues. I asked her how people in her district understand global warming and the environmental movement.
They see it every single day. When you're in my district, you can feel and breathe the pollutants in the air. You can't see from where I sit in my own district and the city of El Monte. 10 miles away, on a bad day, you can't even see the shadows of the San Gabriel Mountains, the mountain range.
So it's much more personal and immediate,
yes.
And it's not global warming, it's just
pollutants?
It's
It's a compilation because you're also seeing factors with the ozone, the fact that the ozone layer has been affected, that we're keeping all these gases trapped in certain areas, in certain locales. And I would say that in my district, we're probably affected harshly. Probably not the most because I think Fresno and Riverside have really the mantle on that, but we are also heavily impacted by not only that, but the emissions from diesel trucks and from cars, because everything around my district has 2 or 3 freeways, major freeways that are constantly busy and congested.
In the most recently passed energy bill, Solis and Speaker Pelosi added a provision called the Green Jobs Act of 2007, which makes $120 million a year available across the country to begin training workers for jobs in the clean energy sector. This is a different way of framing environmentalism, as an economic opportunity for people of color. She talked about the new collaborative effort between green groups and community organizers.
I think there's more acceptance now to be able to bring somebody who knows the science and to bring in community members who could learn quickly that their livelihood and investment in this new livelihood, say green technology, is going to be the future. Creating green-collar jobs is really going to help us fight globalization because we're going to keep those jobs here. When we produce things, we're not going to be spewing more pollutants out and hurting, and creating greenhouse gases, so I think that's important.
Do you see a difference in kind of elite conversations that are going on among kind of economists and investment bankers, people in Congress, and people in your district?
I think for the elite group, they don't have to contend with having to live in areas that are egregious. Because of economics, they can live in Beverly Hills or outside of any area and kind of live in an incubator. Whereas people of color and low-income people don't have very many choices.
So why is the environmental movement, why is it predominantly white? And that's changing, it sounds like, but why has it traditionally been white? If the real incentive for changing our environmental policies has been people who have asthmatic, in terrible environmental conditions.
I think it's changing because it's affecting far beyond their parameters where they live. Now it is affecting all of us. So if Mr. Juan Gonzalez is the person that is driving his truck of groceries to bring down to the bakery of fresh fruits to Beverly Hills, he has an impact on what's happening in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
Our lives cross
in
so many ways, and I think that there's more of a realization as to what's happening and how we interplay with each other and how interconnected we really are. And I think that's something that we have been shamefully ignoring for a long time.